Hey, Grant Haskell with DJI here. In this video, we're going to talk about live streaming, annotations, and live mapping when out in the field and utilizing Flight Hub 2 in coordination with the Command Center. We're here in Flight Hub 2, and we can see now under our team icon and online devices, we have a pilot out in the field. In the last video, we showed how to connect the drone to Flight Hub 2 and the project we have created. And the first thing we're going to want to do here is select the computer icon, and then we can see the current aircraft information. If your map view isn't already centered on the aircraft, tap on the aircraft icon next to manual to center it. We can also use the 3D button down there in the bottom right that we talked about to see exactly where the drone is in space, where the laser rangefinder is looking. I'm going to go ahead and close this tab on the left side just to give us a bit more view here. The view of the drone is really if you're trying to just watch the live feed here, see the drone in action, observe the mission. The virtual cockpit is going to be if you actually wanted to fly the drone or start using some of the software settings. But you can see here with the drone itself, we can hit the share icon and turn on live stream sharing. If we want to go ahead and share out the live stream to everyone, you can set a password on it as well as a validity period. If you do go ahead and share that stream out, I'm going to go ahead and scan this QR code here and start viewing it from my side. So then if we pop our tab on the left side back open, you can see the little gear icon next to the arrow here. You may need to refresh it as my phone starts watching the live feed, but we'll tap that here and you can see one person is now viewing the live feed. So just a note here, if you do want to put something up in the command center, can be a good tool here. You can also go into the live stream view. If you had multiple live streams you wanted to view on one pane of glass, but overall, good tool here to monitor what's going on and see how many streaming minutes are being consumed, as if it is a concern, or see how many people are watching the live stream. Circling over to the actual video view itself here, the options on the top allow us to record the live feed, change the video quality, refresh, go full screen, and turn the live stream off. Take a look at a couple examples from the virtual cockpit interface. So as we talked about, this is where you would be flying the drone or utilizing the payload features from the command center. Your map view on the left is going to look very similar, except it now shares the screen with something very similar to the pilot app, right? You can right click on the map on the left side to start a task like facing the location or flying to a location. You can see a lot of the keys have shortcuts as well, like our zoom, we could hit the 2 or simply tap on the button as the camera autofocuses here. We can also start to use some of the shortcuts as well, just like our arrow keys to move the payload of the drone. Double tap to center the camera as well. V enables mouse look, where we can simply move the mouse and the camera is going to track with where the mouse is looking. We can also right click and draw a square for the camera to zoom in on a location. Our scroll wheel or tap allows us to adjust the zoom value here on the right side. And then we can see manipulation of the camera through our arrow keys as well. You have the shortcuts in the top right with the keyboard if you ever need to reference those. Tapped the laser rangefinder on there. You can see a certainly decent ways away from the drone. And then looking at some of the other functions in the bottom here, with this flight, also had the ability to enable the AI feature after we zoom in again for boats, cars, and people, or turn on the smart track function and select a specific object of interest for tracking. Have the beacon and the discrete mode as well on the bottom right there to the right of the smart tracking and AI. Something like the M30T does not support the virtual cockpit. As you can see here, it's grayed out. It's going to be the Matrice 4 series and the M400 series. Some of our new updates, such as the multimodal object detection, do is allow you to type in a custom item to search for as well with the drone. And there's going to be a small delay as frames of the video are processed, but you can see in this case, looking for red car, give it maybe 5 to 10 seconds here. Looking at that wide camera view, you can also see the AR Street View there enabled as well, but we can see objects detected. Take a look at that on the top left there, and we can see the detections from that wide camera view. If the pilot in the field were to drop a pin, we could see that appear here on the baseball field. And that's going to take us to our next option here, the Map Annotations tab on the left side. I'm going to close out the live stream really quick, just so we can see the annotation UI and focus on that. But let's say we want to put something on the map here. We can select the pin icon on the top right, put that on the map. You can give it a name. You can customize the color, icon, font, as well as notes on the annotation. But you can see right now in that example that we created it in the shared folder, so it is indeed distributed to the pilot. If we move that example to the default folder, it's no longer going to be visible by the pilot. Circling back to our information here in the top right, you can see we have that little blue icon on the pin right now. So that means we're in pin dropping mode, as you can see by the cursor. If we tap it again, we are going to be no longer dropping pins. So we can go ahead and select something like the polygon here. You see the little blue icon there. We're in drawing mode. We can hit the check at the end of the polygon, and we can then go ahead and rename this. Back on the left side, you can double tap on the trash can to delete an annotation. You can click on the recenter button to bring the map view to the annotation. And once again, for any of these annotations, you can select a color. You got points, lines, polygons. You can import KML or KMZs. And you can also export annotations as well. Could be something like pilots are dropping annotations on hotspots and you want to get them out to another GIS software. You can also search annotations by name as well. Michael's going to dive more into mapping in our next video. But one thing we did want to note is if you go ahead and enable cloud reconstruction for a mapping mission, what it's going to do is as the drone is flying, if you're connected to internet and a Flight Hub 2 project, is push a low resolution version of that image to Flight Hub 2 and start a live reconstruction that will appear in both Flight Hub 2 and the Pilot 2 app. You can view an example here on the screen. As you can see, the map being updated in both Flight Hub 2 and Pilot 2. It's going to be a bit lower resolution, but you still have the high resolution images to process into a higher resolution 2D map at the end of the day if you want to. This is a good way to just quickly get an updated base map, though, by enabling that live mapping setting.